Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SEO-V Summer Program 2017 webinar. My name is Thao Zuong, SEO class of 2014, and I'm very glad to be the host today. We'll start off by introducing our alumni speakers. Van, would you like to start first?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Hi, my name is Wang. I'm currently a senior in college. I'm going to be working full-time next year. I interned with SEO 2 summers ago in the summer of 2015 at Indochina Capital.
And Nam, will you go next?
So hi everyone, I'm Nam and I'm a junior in Colgate University right now. I interned at Saigon Security Inc., SSI for short, investment banking division last summer, and definitely really want to talk about my experience with SEO. It's been really great. Moving on to Kang.
Hi guys, my name is Kang Dong. I'm currently a junior at UT Austin, major in public relations and economics. Last summer, I interned for XLE at in the summer of 2016, and I was interning for the VUG project.
Awesome, thank you guys very much. So you know all of us, we have live chat in the YouTube videos just next to the videos. So if you have questions at any time, feel free to type in there. You can also type questions in the webinar page and we'll look into that. So in this webinar, we're going to talk a little bit about the SEO program, the overview and requirements. And then after that, we will address some of the questions that you guys already submit in the forum and then open to discussions. So let's get started. I'll start first about SEO-Vietnam summer program. It's 8 to 10 weeks, starting in mid-June and running to August. The application process starting now, there are 3 rounds. The first round is the online application. You submit a form, the deadline is January the 10th, and then you will be review by our alumni in order to decide whether you will advance the next round, which is interview with SEO representative. Most of the time it's going to be SEO alumni. This will happen around February to mid-March, and then those advance from this round will go to the 3rd round interview with our partners. So basically, 3rd round candidates will be provided with a list of internships for the summer program both in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. You'll be able to pick out your preferences and we'll match you to the partners. It's up to the partner to decide whether to reach out to you and interview or not. And the requirement for you to pass into the SEO program is to secure an internship with our partner and be able to join the SEO training program. So as I said before, the summer program starts mid-June. So keep in mind that you are required to attend at least 75% of the program, and you have to require the first 2 weeks of the training program because there are a lot of materials to cover. So remember, about mid-June, you have to be in Vietnam to be considered in the program, and then 3 rounds of applicant process. So what's the program going to be like? We have 3 components in the program. The first, internships with a partner company. Second, training program and speaker series. And third-party community service. So I've been talking too much, so I'll pass this to our speaker to talk more about it. Hey, Van, can you talk more about the internship?
Yeah, sure. So for the internship experience, it will be like I guess like 50, a little bit more than 50% of your time. You'll be a full-time intern. So that means you'll come to the office, work for about 8 to 10 hours, depending on your company, which company you're assigned to. And then after that, you attend like additional supplement trainings with SEO, like certain work, ranging like covering a wide variety of topics, ranging from leadership to communication skills to negotiation skills. Yeah, so like talking about like, I just want to hone into the internship component. So for the internship component, a lot of times you'll be assigned a mentor or like a kind of like a supervisor, like a go-to person in your company, who you'll go to and like talk to, like receive mentorship from, and receive like assignment and feedback from. So for me, that was Indochina Capital, and my mentor was like Hawkins. So on a day-to-day basis, like talk about my personal experience, I'll come to work at around like 8:30 to 9, leave work at around 5 and 6, and sometimes like I'll go to attend like several SEO trainings after work. Throughout the day, I was interning in the investment banking division. It was more like a research role instead. So a lot of time, like I'll be given a like to start the day, I'll go to like a meeting with like other companies' employees, like talking about like news, what's going on in the news right now in the financial markets, any relevant news, like what's going on around like with different teams in the company. So you get a chance to like shadow and see like how other teams, like besides your team, like what other teams are also working on. And then after that, you I'll have like a check-in meeting with my supervisor, who was Hawkins, and then we'll talk about like what's going on with our current project. So throughout the summer, I was working on mainly on 3 different projects. And each time it's usually like one project at a time. So we're talking about like the deal, like the transaction that we're working on, what's the current progress, and what's the daily task for that day. And then after that, I will like work on my computer. Like a lot of it was like doing research on Excel, creating presentations, like researching about different industries, like companies, like different like financial performance, like looking at historical like financial statements. And like do some like quick analysis on like the overall performance. And then after that, we'll have a meeting in the afternoon, like a 30-minute meeting, check in to see like with our mentor to see like where we at, and then he'll like give more guidance as I make more progress in the research. So a lot of it is like very a lot of it will sound a little bit ambiguous, but I think it's a lot of it is like very self-driven. Like you it's really what you make out of it. The more proactive you are, the more you get out of it. But if you want to do little, you can also do that, but you probably won't learn as much. But it's not super stressful. And then after that, yeah, and then if you have any questions, there's always people that you can talk to. And they'll like be super responsive because you're sitting right next to them. It's a very informal type of work setting. So yeah, so that was like my internship experience, but I know that it varies for different companies. So one of my friends like work in a different like non-finance like position, and that involves a lot of so he works in like project management, so that involves like moving around a lot, like going from one place to another. It's like secure accommodations for like some sport players. So like it's just a task like vary from like one internship to another. So yeah, definitely check, read the job descriptions very carefully and know what to expect before you, when you put down preferences for your company.
Yeah, there's just one thing I want to add in for the internship part is, yes, Vân give us a really details description of her finance investment banking internship, but there's tons more other opportunity within SEO. We have marketing, HR, like even in startup roles where we put more attention the past 2 years. So definitely, if you guys want to explore the opportunity, like check them out.
Sure, that's great. And now, would you guys want to talk more about the training and speaker series?
Yes.
And yeah.
Yes. So at Miss Tao say, one of very big parts of SEO is the training and its supplement meeting beside the internship, so that SEO really believe that you need to always have to motivate yourself to grow, to learn, and to develop yourself. So that we always invite a lot of guest speaker from so whether it's the SEO alumni to SEO board member or to like different company go to SEO and talk about many different things, going from career advice, career planning, or like negotiation skill, how to be professional, and also talk about like different opportunity in Vietnam, whether it's a research job from a Funrise university in Vietnam, or is this from a startup company or like a big tech company like VNG. Since SEO only try to like bring a lot of people to the meeting and to the training session, so that not only that the member could and the intern of the class could learn more about the industry and learn more the position, but they also be able to create more connection, know more about the people, and that it's better for networking and better for later opportunity. So that's one of very big part of SEO. And to be more specific, SEO has 3 different parts. The first one is that career talk. So every summer you're gonna have like 4 different career talk, ranging from different industry. So we have marketing industry, finance, consulting, and depends on different year, depends on the number of intern. We're gonna have different session, different industry. The second part is that the speaker series. So during speaker series, SEO intern will be able to go to different location or meeting like new people, new company. So last summer I got a chance to go to Coke, a new like marketing academy. Go to Vina Game, VNG, and then go to Fulbright University to talk to the principal, and also go to I think SS, yes, Saigon Security firm, the one that investment firm, the one that Nam's working last summer, and also beside the speaker series, we on got a training session. So there's 8 of them, 8 training session, and it's about like different going from soft skill to technical skill. So like technical skill, whether you learn from negotiation skill, how to be professional, or soft skills such as how to work in group, how to know about community service, how to do research. So it's a very important for SEO member to have all of those skills, because we believe that those skills will be able to have a member to be successful later.
Awesome. And now let's talk about community service.
So hey, so now I'm gonna talk about the community service part in SEO. So in SEO, we believe strongly in creating a holistic person. So someone who's professional, who not only professional but also have social awareness. So I mean, if you guys done the application, you should know that there's questions. We pay specific attention to the community service part. If you get in SEO, you will be working in groups, helping our nonprofit organization partner in order to achieve a certain goal that they want. So back in our summer, we have a lot of different NPOs and different projects, ranging from creating a financial statement products, or helping them, advising them on changing their mission statement. How can they better position themselves in the future in order to achieve what they want to do? And you get to work closely with the NPO founders and all the members to come up with a solution within probably the timelines like 5 to 6 weeks. It will depends on in the summer. And for me, like I would say, is that there's a particular emphasis on community service, and it's been really fun when you get to actually try to like balance your time between your internship and paying enough like time in order to do your presentation as well. At the end, you'll be presenting to our advisory board, SEO advisory board, and they will kind of like grade you and see how your performance and how have you done, what is your contribution to help these NPOs, and I think there's a prize as well.
What's the prize?
I think back in the summer, our prize is food coupon to Sushi World or Sushi World. Can please help me? I can't remember.
So we got a chance to go to Sushi Bar and a voucher with $1 million. So that was a lot.
Wow, that's really paid off. Yeah, the great thing about SEO-Vietnam program is that, okay, you heard about the experience, but if you join next summer, it's gonna be different. Because we have a very large network of Vietnamese professionals and community service. So you'll see different speakers every single year. You join different community service, and there are always more to explore. So thank you very much, the speakers, to talk about your experience with SEO, the overview of the program. And now we will start jumping to the questions that they've sent over to us. So the first question is, how does transcript contribute to the total score of my application? And is it need to be Vietnamese transcript or translated into English? The transcript will be just the evidence of your GPA. So if we cannot find the GPA in your resume, or there's a conflict in the resume and our application, we check the transcript. And also that's where the partner are gonna look into to see how you perform at school. And education is a big part of SEO Vietnam. It's like one of the 4 elements that we look into the candidates. So definitely a high GPA will give you a good standing to join SEO Vietnam. And do you need to translate it into English? The answer is no. You can use your Vietnamese version. You can also use an official one. So if sometimes school making hard for you to obtain an official transcript, just go online, take a screenshot of it. Is there any limitation for the number of words in each essay? I would say, as I remember, is 250 words. So just think about, we have a lot of applications each year, and we really value those who can communicate your ideas in shorter versions. So writing about 200, 300 words make you stand out. It's just easy for us to understand you, easy for you to show, okay, what you've done in which situation. And the next question, all companies who enjoy this program are located in Vietnam, aren't they? And what industries they are in? Maybe Khan can help me answer this question.
So all the companies are located in Vietnam, specifically in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. So if you get the internship in Ho Chi Minh City, you will work for the company in the Ho Chi Minh office, or in the Hanoi's office. Depends on what program you get into. However, all of the company, we have a lot of company who is really a global company, such as EY or such EY, McDonald's. So like, even though they're located in Ho Chi Minh City, they're a very big name in the world, and it's a very good way to put on your resume with the big companies. Also, our industry are very diverse, ranging from finance. So we have finance. We have Horizon firm. We have SSI. We also have Vina Capital. Was it Vina Capital?
Vina Capital is, I mean, it's not global, but
yeah,
still the biggest firm in Vietnam.
So for finance, we have.
I mean, okay. So for finance, I will say we have Saigon Security in SSI, both in Ho Chi Minh City range and in Hanoi. Horizon Capital Group, HSC, Horizon Capital, HCH, HCG. Even venture capitals like IDG Ventures, where one set intern Indochina Capitals, and basically we have a lot of a good range between financial services firm and like representing both buy side and sell side. So definitely you get exposure to both sides in the financial industry.
Sorry, just to add to that, there's also, if you're not interested in finance, there's also other non-finance jobs.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in education, there's Everest Education, there's Yola. If you're interested in like marketing or like e-commerce, there's Tiki. There's I don't think Tiki is like a partner company, but previously like other interns before. And then also there's Lazada is like one of the partner company as well. So if you're interested in like operations marketing, like other type of like non-finance jobs is also available. Yeah, so it's just to add that.
And beside that, especially if you want for technology, right now we have a lot of opportunity in a tech company, some VNG, Uber, and Intel.
True.
Yeah, and some represents from Hanoi. Aside from partners that have both in Hanoi and Saigon, in Hanoi we also have K Plus, the Pan Group, Vietza, Yan TV, TMG, and Techcombank, and Vin Group.
Yeah,
so yeah, very diverse.
And even in those company, they're like for example, for VNG, they not only have like tech internship, but they also have internship in different department. So if you want kind of a hybrid experience between marketing and marketing, advertising, brands management within the tech experience, you can also apply for those. So it's not only like very bully technician or like technology, but also like a hybrid experience.
All right, that sounds a great list of the partner companies and industry represented at SEO-Vietnam. So the next question is going to be, could you give some detailed example of the evaluation criteria? So as I've said, we base on the 4 elements is academic, leadership, community service, and interest in SEO-Vietnam. And now Nam would help me to answer this question more thoroughly.
Okay, so I mean, not wanting to give everything away, but I'll definitely touch on some of the key criteria within the 4 groups, within the 4 sub group that Tao has mentioned. So first, in academic, you know, the SEO, we want to find really like academic, like a capable person. So academic takes a lot of weight. Definitely we look at your GPA, your honors, your prize, sometimes even the classes that you take in order to understand kind of like what has been your courses. Is it hard? Is it challenging? Do you gain a lot of experience from your course? Leadership. So in leadership, we want to look at not just the amount of experiences that you have, but also your commitment. So whether you stay within an activity for a long time, whether you take the time to actually do and climb up the ladders, learn all the nitty-gritty stuff within your organization, and then try to lead the club. We take into account all of these things in order to understand you and really be able to assess your leadership skill more holistically. Community services. Within community services, I would say is look a lot more like leadership, whether you really active in contributing, whether you take chance, whether you stick with a community service for a long time and be able to like really like develop commitment with it. Because I would say we don't look for someone who jump around a lot and then just, I mean, like participate every 3 months, like in different groups, in different activities, and never really find a course that really stay with them or something that they identify themselves with and help it with. Because face it, we want to find someone who committed and really can lead the change. So I would say for community service, really try to spell out the number of activities that you are in, and also your time and your commitment within each activities that you join. Maybe the reason why. Interest in SEO, I guess, like where like this apply to even in real life. If you apply to any places, we would want to know why you apply. So what particular thing in SEO that make you interested, whether it's the internship, the networking opportunities, or even, I know, the training purposes, or it's just the courses that you can identify yourself with. definitely spell it out. Let us know why you're interested in SEO Vietnam. Only by really giving concrete example and spelling it out for us to know, we will be able to like understand and like your interest in SEO. So I would say, going through all the detailed example of the evaluation criteria, one advice I can give you guys is definitely everything you need to have a concrete example. Just like, don't say stuff that's like, oh, I did something and we managed to achieve a certain kind of expectation. We want to find out what your role, what's your journey, what exactly that you did that helped you to achieve, that helped you to become what you are today. So concrete example, guys.
Yes, thanks Nam very much. Yeah, Khang, do you want to share something?
Yeah, one more thing I want to point out is that Nam say a lot about don't jumping around, because we know that like even though in like different organization, different company, there's own way conflict and there's own way challenge. We want to see how you can overcome challenge, how can you overcome those and grow to become a better person. So like if you have any story about how you overcome challenge, how you own way try to be a better self for yourself, how you own way try to learn to adapt to different situation, try to grow, we would love to hear those stories, and we would love to see that in your resume too.
So you have two ways to shine your experience. The first one on resume, and as Nam say, very detailed, concrete examples. Tell us how much your time commitment, what action you do, what's the result. And then we also have 3 essays that tie towards leadership, community service, and interest in SEO. So we highly recommend you to go look at the STAR format for essay. So STAR stands for situation, task, action, and result. So by following the STAR format, you will be able to communicate with us in which situation that you face a challenge. What's your task? What did you do? And what's the result? So yeah, the detailed explanation, clear examples will help us to assess your leadership, community service, and also interest in Vietnam. As for academic, we have a question about how do we evaluate GPA. So education, so we have different components to evaluate your education performance. The first one may be your school, also about your GPA, also about your courses at the school and your achievement. Did you participate in any type of competitions? Do you have any honors or scholarships in the program? So just bring it all, your experience in your college, and help us know. So high GPA is not everything. You are welcome to apply with whatever GPA you have, but just be able to show us, okay, what your focus in school, you have any prize, competition, honors. And then if you fail in SEO 2017, do I allow to apply this in next year? Of course you do. We have the program in the spring and the summer. And for summer, we have program in Hanoi and Saigon. So there's a lot of chance for you to join SEO Vietnam. And we highly recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah, just one thing I want to add is, I mean, I actually failed SEO the first round in my freshman year. So I still took chances and applied last year and got in. So, I mean, like, you see living proof of someone who failed SEO and got in SEO at the same time.
Yeah, thanks for the sharing. And yeah, as Nam said, just applied it. Okay, next question. I would like to know more about the internship time, because I'm still a university student and could only be available for full-time internship during my summer break. I'm interested in HR and brand management, and are these two fields available at SEO? So Khang, I think this is a perfect question for you.
So guys, so the internship will be, it depends on how you deal with the company. So I know I have a friend, her internship only for 8 weeks, but my internship lasts for 12 weeks, and a lot of people internship only lasts for 10 weeks. So it's dependent on how do you negotiate with your employer. but usually it will start in like early June or mid-June until the end of July or early January. Sorry, early August. So it will be perfect time during the summer, and it will be pretty much will be no conflict between the school, university, and the work internship. And for the question about the HR and the HR position and the branch management. So last summer, for my class, we have an HR internship with McDonald's. We have a branch management internship. We don't have a specific branch management internship, but my internship at XLE, most of the time I worked for the project VUG, and it was very much about how do you tell a story about a brand, how do you make the brand to become better, how do you show the brand to the client to sponsor. A lot of my time I was spending on doing presentation about presentation pitch deck to ask for sponsorship. So that's helped me a lot about develop the brand image for the company. Also, I know that for the spring class next year, we'll have a lot of position in VNG. For example, we have product marketing, and we also have employer image, where you really focus on how to show the image of VNG, how to develop the image of a product and show it to the customer, also to other business. So that's a very good chance for you to learn more about branch management during the summer. So yeah, besides finance, we do have a lot of opportunity.
Thank you, Khang. And then the next question, if I'm based in Hanoi and fortunately pass the second round and choose a company in Ho Chi Minh City and finally get through the interview route, can I be sponsored, funded to come and stay in Ho Chi Minh during the internship? So SEO-Vietnam, we don't have any official funding for interns because we are a nonprofit organization. However, the partners company might offer you stipend and also at some case, some housing stipend as well. So you will be responsible for your own expense in Ho Chi Minh City, but you can also have support from the internships. And in terms of helping people in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City, in terms of finding housing and places, well, we have a very large network. Sometimes we can post any information about housing that we know. We can support each other, show you around the city, and yeah, that's what the SEO network would do for you. So we cover most of the questions that we receive in the forum. And right now I'm just opening to sharing more experience about SEO-Vietnam, where you guys can comment in the video if you need to ask any other questions. So maybe tell us what you remember most about your time with SEO-Vietnam. Anyone want to volunteer? Khang, please.
So I have a lot of good memory with the SEO. So for our group, we got our community service project. Well, our topic was how to develop a vision and a mission for a non-profit organization, and specifically we have to help them to create a logic model. So like in the period of 6 weeks, we worked very closely with our non-profit organization, and we actually, the best thing about it is that like our mentor was Dana Duan, and she lived in a very beautiful band house in District 7, has a beautiful view of the riverside of Saigon River. So we always try to ask her to come to her apartment and sit there and take a look at the beautiful river and take picture and work in them. And finally, in the end of the project, we actually get to have a dinner with Dana in her apartment. So it was really nice, one of the best memories.
Okay, so I would say back in SEO, we not just beautiful apartment. That is just kind of an extra topping for all the hard work that you've done. But one of the things that I really remember is how busy you get every day. So working investment banking, we have a lot of pitch book. I was working on an IPO deal as well. So there's just a lot of things preparing before the IPOs, when we did the IPOs. But saying that is kind of like, imagine you wake up at like 7:30, you go to work at 8 a.m., leave work 8 p.m., then go visit meeting, attending SEO, meeting everyone, working on your community projects, and then your case study, Uber marketing strategy as well, and get to see a lot of people and the speakers. And I mean, it's, in a way, it's an intense 10 weeks program, but it was the most fun 10 weeks I have ever been to. So I would say that whole 10 weeks is a good memory now that you look back and think about it. So definitely for everyone who wants to like really experience that high pace, fast life, getting to know everyone and getting to know more opportunity within Vietnam, enjoy SEO. So Van, tell us something about your most memorable experience. I heard that you did a lot of things.
Okay, so since people talked a lot about their experience during SEO, I'm gonna talk about the experience after SEO, because I think that is something that people like, that is really important to me. I think like the way that I evaluate like experience is like, what do I remember from it, and like what is it like. One of the things I really like doing is like a continuity of the experience. So I think what's really great is about SEO is like the SEO networks are very like you have a sense of a class. So you're spending a lot of time doing so many things together, from like activities. It can be like terrible experience, can be bad experience, can be like good workshop, like bad workshop, whatever it is. Like because you go through it together, you have like a shared experience together, and that's what really like builds like cohesion in the group, and builds like, it's kind of like a bonding experience for the group. So I think after that, what's really great is like you have a really great group of friends who are just like not your friends like during the program, but also will continue to be your friends afterwards and will continue to support you. So I think what's a really good example is like the class that 2015. So after the program, we have like a group chat, and it's still very active, been active for the past 2 years. And a lot of time, like we talk a lot about like business things, like news that are happening in Vietnam, like or if we have any questions about like internships or literally anything about life, really. A lot of time we'll just like message the group, and then there'll be someone who knows something and then helps you with the problem. So it's like, it's a really great group of friends. And then after that, you also like, when you come back to wherever you are, like if there's any sort of like conference, there's a lot of like meetups, like local meetups, like occasionally, like every semester or so. So if there's like a conference going on, like we'll go together. Or if it's like recently we had like a reunion thing in like over Thanksgiving, and that was really fun. So really, I think what so and after that, like if you're looking for jobs and things like that, there's like a Facebook group that people always like post pretty frequently about job opportunities. So I think like what you take away after that is like really, really valuable. So it's not just a summer experience, but it's the people that that you get to meet and continue to interact with.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, and brought me back to memory of SEO 2014. It was quite a long time ago that I don't really particularly remember like an event or something, but I just remember that I've met a lot of amazing people because I studied abroad, and that was my first internship in Vietnam, and I was really surprised to see, oh, there are so many young professionals. They are so great. They spend time at their work, and they also enjoy SEO. So we work tirelessly, like we work internship, we have events, and we have community service. But those who create that first work tirelessly too, because they are so busy. They C-level, they are manager, but after the working hours, they still spend time with SEO, share their experience, and talk about what the future holds for Vietnam. So definitely that's something I really, really remember and appreciate about SEO Vietnam. The next question, how is SEO-Vietnam different from a normal internship program at the company? Anyone want to answer this?
So, okay, what I would say for this is, so SEO is not just an internship. It is a nonprofit organization that trying to build the next generation leader. So if you go to SEO, you get a commitment from us that we will have to develop your potential and push you to grow even more in the future. So you have internship in order to hold your professional experience. You have community projects in order to build your social awareness, and in order for you to find like your calling to contribute back to the society. And with all the trainings and all the speakers, we want to help you build a good, stable network that will benefit you for life. And then, and we want you to contribute back to our SEO community as well. So SEO is not just internship. I would say it's more kind of like a group and even more a family for you that will stay with you for a long time.
And beside that, I believe that like most of the time when you in an internship opportunity, you only in your company, you only know a few people, you only know like maybe 1 or 2 different intern. But when you join SEO, I think one of the best thing about SEO that you meet so many talented people, the people around you who always motivate themselves, always like very smart, talk about like they learn a lot, they tell you a lot of things, and you learn a lot from people with different background, different story, even from different industry. And it's always make you it's always make me very excited, because I know that whenever I come to SEO, I can learn something new. I can always be updated with all the new technology, even in finance or in technology, or in like different industries. So I think one of the best thing about SEO is like the diverse of the people in it.
That's very nice. And then, is there any opportunity to get full-time job offer after the internship?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, the internship is actually not just for you to understand the company, but also for a company to assess your skill and see whether you be able to identify with the company cultures and whether you be a good fit for them. So I know that a lot of people in our class got full-time internship from Uber, from Lazada, VNG. So I would say definitely come in with the internship with the experience, not just like getting internship, but really try to prove yourself and learn as much as possible, because that 10 weeks or even 3 months long internship is a 3-month interview of you with the firm. And always remember, yeah. So I just want to ask that always remember, the Vietnamese network is actually not that big. So people know people. If you do something good, word get passed around. If you do something bad, word flies even faster. So be careful of that.
And also that because when you get into SEO, it's very great opportunity, and the employer know that, so they do pay a lot of attention to you. A lot of company, when they hire SEO intern, they want you to become a full-time employee. So that's very important. Also, that maybe after internship you don't get a full-time opportunity with the company you intern for, but you may get a chance to work with another company. Because, for example, one of our group member, we did a case study with Uber, and we won that case study. And one of the group member got recruited to become an employee for Uber. So always try your best in everything, not only your internship, but also in your community service project and also in your case study, because you don't know what's coming for you after that. So always try your best.
Very nice. So what is the most challenging and rewarding aspect of your internship? Ooh, so Vân, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. The most rewarding and challenging aspect. Yeah, I think this is not like really a most challenging, but I would say it's a constant challenge. it's not like an extreme moment, but it's like a constant struggle that you like. I think everyone faces, was like finding a balance between like work, between your internship, between like attending trainings, and also like doing the projects, because like on the day, like after working for like 8-10 hours, you already feel tired and you have to attend trainings, and you have to you try to be very proactive and like attentive to what other people are saying. And then also on top of that, you also have to do like case study and like side projects as well. So a lot of times it's hard to put a lot of quality into things when you're doing too many things at once. So I think one of the hardest thing about like what I faced that summer was definitely like balancing, like making sure that like whatever I do has an okay level of quality. Yeah, so like it's hard because like if you're like a perfectionist or like a type person who like doing a few things and like do be very good at them, it's kind of hard to do that like over the summer when you have like too many things going on, it's kind of like out of your control, because like other people just keep giving you work and you have to do it. So like I think that was like a constant struggle for me like that summer. Yeah, so like definitely like budget your time well, and like I think it's okay to like I think it's okay to lose a little bit of sleep over the summer and then just really make the most out of the opportunities that are like given to you. I think like it's really what you get out of it. The more effort you put in, the more you'll get out of it. So yeah, I think that was the most rewarding but also challenging aspect.
And Nam, you want to share something?
I was just going to like say that, yeah, actually, I've never seen Vân sleep enough at all. So, so back in my internship, one of the things that really makes me like is really kind of like stood out to me the most is how much responsibility I was given even in the first week. So when I came in, definitely the first 1 to 2 days is a bit more laid down because people are still trying to assess whether you're good, whether they can trust you to do more work. So I was doing like just normal pitch book, investment, teaser, researching on industry. But then after a time when you prove that you understand how to do the work, people trust you and people put you more work. And I was get to do like DCF, discounted cash flow model, so a financial model that help you to arrive at the price evaluation of a company. I don't want to get too technical. So like you actually I get to actually do works that support directly to the analyst, senior analyst, and even managing director within SSI in the first 2 weeks. Even working on an IPO, like a super secret IPO, and some more other M&A deals, and really right now I can't even remember which particular deal that I really like the most, but just the notion of you being appreciated and trusted to do work that help all the seniors, bankers, that feeling is very satisfying, and probably that's my most memorable, and also a struggle, because I know that if I do it well, I have to keep on doing it well and even improving myself better in order to gain more trust. So, what about you, Kai?
So I think my most rewarding and also most struggling experience was also very similar to Nam. So that's during my internship with XLE, like I also has I'm given a lot of responsibility. We only a team of at that time we only a team of 5 people, and 4 in Saigon and 3 in Hanoi. So 7, but like but like where they go to do a different project. So at that time only 5 people, and we run a project. We have to do planning for a project for the entire nation, and we have to work with like around like more than 100 universities. So that was a lot of like struggling and a lot of pressure. And like during my first week, like my first 2 weeks of the internship program, I have to do a report for the entire season of the VUG Vietnam UFC game, and I have to report to the biggest client of the project. So that was a lot of responsibility. And after that, I have to do a lot of things from like create a policy package, create a proposal for the entire project for the entire next season. And so that was a lot of responsibility and a lot of different things happening. But a lot of time I feel like, oh my God, I cannot get it done. Like if I fail, then the entire project is gonna fail. And my supervisor was like, "You'll be fine. Like just do it. We'll be fine." And so like I keep doing it, and we keep like fixing it over time. I only try to do my best. And in the end, I was feel very rewarding because I actually accomplished a lot of things, and a lot of my proposal was sent out to different clients, and I was very proud of that. So I think that's one of the best memory was similar to NAM, that we were given a lot of responsibility because we were part of SEO-V when we come to intern for the company, and that was how we learn a lot and we grow a lot from the internship.
Thank you everyone for your answers. So I think we cover a lot of the questions that's been asked today. Let me see. So, okay, I think just the final questions that I would like to ask everyone, since this is the online application draft, we also talk about what qualities that we're looking for in each candidate. So maybe you guys can share with others any tips to stand out in the application route based on your experience.
I can go first. Yeah, so I think the application is very similar to college applications, but it's like this is like a general tip across like all types of applications. It's like I think the most important question that you want to ask, like on top of your head, is like, how do I distinguish myself from other like candidates, and how do it's not really like you don't have to compare yourself to other candidates, but it's really about like writing the essay answers in a way that really makes people remember you. So like it's like make it as concrete as possible. Also like put in a lot of like thoughts and depth into it, because it's hard to remember numbers. Like when you just put down like facts, like I was this position, I accomplished this. These are just near numbers in people's head, and it's very easily to forget. It's a good way to impress people, but like you can do that through your resume. But the essay component is really to express, like, is for people to know how you think, like how, like what is something else that they want to learn more about you, like things about you that is not on your resume and that cannot be expressed through numbers and through facts. So really, like if there's any sort of, I think like tip for writing application, like essay answers I have, it'll be like write about your personal thinking. Like what were you feeling at those moments of like crisis? Like what were you feeling at those like moments when you learned about something? Like what was the emotions that you went through? Like was it like, do you feel like enlightened, or like do you feel guilty, or like what was the moment, like what was the emotions that go behind it? Because it makes the experience, it really highlights the experience. It makes the experience very real, and that makes it stick in like the application like reader's like mind, and really like help you stand out. So like put in a lot, like when you write an experience, it's not just really about like, yes, like your position, what you did, but also like why do you do that? Like ask the question why, and like what was the motivation behind that, and like how do you feel when you accomplish that? So like put in a lot, like yeah, like depth and thoughts into your application.
I have to echo one's idea, yes. So apart from that, one key thing is that you have to know yourself as well, and definitely know what you have been through, what you have been thinking in those times, and being able to convey that emotion and that concrete by using concrete example, using words that really help us to understand your whole journey, your process, and that what's really stick out or that what stand out from all the other applications. There's also one thing I want to add for the application route is that definitely pay a lot of attentions in improved reading. I read a lot of essays, and sometimes it just there are particulars mistake that it's just hard to oversee it with other things that you have done, and sometimes that can get in the way of a grader, or even next of a grader to grade your application. So definitely at least give it to someone to proofread it one or twice. Don't have to do it too much, but it's certainly helpful for you to do so. And be professionals. If we send you an email, reply to it within a day or within 2 days. Don't put your email in your resume and then use another email to contact SEO-V, because I have seen that. I have encountered that problems, and I'm very, very annoyed with it. So I mean, I would say not a lot of people do it, but it's just a word caution that be professional and know that we'll contact you through emails a lot. So check your email regularly. Thảo and Khang, do you want to add in anything?
Oh, yes, that's one thing I want to say. It's very cliche, but it's very boring. But like, remember to be yourself, because like as we say, we want to see your development. We want to see how you grow as a person. We want to see how you overcome challenge. We want to see, do you commit to one organization, to one social cause. So like, tell us something you do. Don't think that, oh, this thing looks very nice, very fancy, very cool. I think it would be nice to talk about it for SEO, because SEO look like very professional and they would love those stuff. Don't talk about that, because we're looking for people who really have a reason, who always try to do something for society, for themselves, always try to learn and to grow and to help other people. So like, say something about that. Tell us who you are and what you have done, so we know about you, not some fancy nice stuff that it's not you.
That's a really great advice. So I just want to sum it up. So first of all, talk about yourself and your experience in the essays. So you can see the essays tied towards what qualities that we're looking for in the candidates. So being able to explain yourself, the situation, the experience that you actually do, and talk about it as you own it, and be able to show us some result. Make sure that you have the right contact information, whether it's Skype or phone number or email, because most of the interviews in the second round and even in the third round will be online, and it will be very annoying for SEO alum and even partners not being able to contact you. And finally, in terms of format, when you're writing an essay or writing a resume, I would suggest you looking for the right format. So for example, for resume, we highly recommend you keep it short into 1 page, and you'll be able to show your experience for activities that you've done, have time commitment, maybe like a month to 3 months or more than that, be able to have bullet points, explain the actions and the result. For the essay, we suggest you look at star format, as I say, to be able to communicate well what you've done in the past. So that would really help us evaluate your application and help you stand out from other candidates. I received a question about if I get an internship offer with a company outside of SEO network, can I still join? So this is a very debatable topic for a recruitment team. So for now, we only accept candidates with internships offered by our partners, but some of them, maybe they have like a different recruiting process, but the requirement is you have to pass the 2 rounds of SEO-Vietnam and indicate your interest in that partner. And after that, you have to submit the offer letter from the partner company, and recruitment team will explore the options. We will contact with the partner company to see whether you are a good fit for SEO Vietnam, and after that, we'll let you know. So it's a case-by-case consideration, and you have to notice us as soon as possible if you receive an offer from our partner network, and then we will move forward from it. So I think it's 1 hour, and I don't see any other questions from YouTube or Facebook page, and I think that's going to be it. The deadline for the application form is January the 10th, so you have a lot of time to prepare for it. If you have any questions, you can always send us a message in Facebook or send us email at recruitment@seo-vietnam.org. And thank you very much, Vân Khang Nam, for joining the webinar today. And that's it. Goodbye, everyone.